So if you're a lover of pure analog vintage synthesis, then this one will certainly be speaking your language, with some of the most lusted after oscillator and filter tones, and inspired by one of the most iconic synthesizer expander modules of the 1970s. This one is pure analog fire. It's the 2XM. So when it comes to analog circuitry that stands the test of time, few are as iconic as this one. A synthesizer expander module born in the 70s, whose influence still resonates today and is considered a hallmark of analog synthesis. And the 2XM faithfully captures this legendary tone and finally brings its magical character into the modern era. So the 2XM features not one, but two fully featured voices of this legendary expander module, with each having its own dual oscillators with saw and pulse wave, with pulse wave modulation, oscillator sync, dual envelopes, LFO and modulation routing. There's also noise generator and external input in the mixer section, and of course they both have that character-defining filter that oozes that famous warmth and analog charm, with the added versatility of having low pass, high pass and band pass modes. And the best part, it packs two independent synths into one sonic monster, turning it into a creative powerhouse for even the most humble of synth tweakers. Okay, so let's now check out the raw tone of these powerful VCOs. So we've got the saw wave here, and we're just playing VCO 1 here. We've also got a pulse wave, so I can control the pulse width here. Modulate it up here. So that's using the LFO. You can also set it to envelope. I'll go ahead and leave that on LFO. And then we can bring in VCO 2. and set it to modulate the frequency. Yeah, that's sounding pretty fat already. So put in some noise. And we can also put the filter into high pass. Then there's also a band pass. Yes, that's pretty cool. And then obviously we've got the VCA and filter envelope down here. Definitely some of my favourite VCOs there. It really sounds fat. And looking at the master section here, you've got a level control for each module, also a pan control for each, so you can get some wonderfully stereo patches, panning one synth left and one right, for example. There's external level controls. You've got the portamento control with its own switch, and then you've got a master level pot, and then you've got the assign switch. So you can run it in unison mode. You've got a split mode, so you can split each synth across the length of a keyboard. It's pretty cool. And you've got a duophonic mode for 2-note polyphony. And with these modes, you can get a lot of versatility. For example, being able to play 2 melodies, one off each synth, is just instantly gratifying. Then you've got a 3.5mm TRS stereo output and a MIDI input on the front panel, which is useful when you want to rack it up in a Eurorack case, for example. But of course, you also have a stereo output on the back with full-size 1/4-inch jacks for the left and right channels. There's a MIDI through connection and USB for application connectivity and USB MIDI. And finally, of course, you have a fully featured patch bay, so you can get really creative and integrate the 2XM seamlessly with your modular or multi-synth setup. And there we have it, folks, the 2XM, a synthwave beast filled with analog goodness just waiting to be explored. And I did have a bunch more demos that I'd done with this, but this video is already getting quite long, so I'll end it with just one more. And just as a final note, you'll notice I didn't do much playing in this one, and that's because I wanted to showcase the synth more from the point of view of a tweaker. But for all you keys players out there, fear not, the incredible Bartek has a video coming up with plenty of awesome licks, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, remember, keep it real, keep it analog, and keep synthing on. Until the next one, peace!